Hey everybody, on the road with Big Al here. I'm going to do a Pepsi Logistics broker review. This isn't going to be very positive for Pepsi Logistics. I've got some things to say and some stuff to get off my mind. I'm probably done hauling anything for Pepsi Logistics. If you're out there and you've had good experiences with Pepsi Logistics, it's fine. If you haven't, I know everybody has different experiences with companies. I want to kind of tell you what's happened to me and why I'm more than likely will never haul another load for Pepsi Logistics. Starting off, it wasn't the first load I had problems with wasn't booked through Pepsi Logistics. It was booked through Coyote Logistics, and um, it was a Pepsi load out of Wichita, Kansas, and I waited 18 hours to get loaded, and basically I called in the Coyote to see what needed to be done to make sure I got um made sure that I get detention. And I was told I just needed to have a signature of my in and out times. And so I was unaware that you needed to have, like, Pepsi had to print out a deal and give it to you and this and that. I had, and so basically they screwed me out of getting any detention, and Coyote Logistics never said like did anything about it. And so it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to do a load with Coyote Logistics. I've hauled some loads out of Phoenix, Arizona area to Indianapolis that have went fine. It was at a Gatorade facility, had no problems. But then the final straw here again was once again out of Wichita, Kansas. I believe it was a 4 p.m. pickup. I got there plenty early, got there like at 11 a.m. Sat around until 11 o'clock at night. This time I made sure that I got the printout so I'd get detention. I did get a printout saying I'd get $240 in detention. 4 o'clock p.m. got me loaded about 11:30 p.m. at night. So I was there six and a half, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was there for way more than you should be there. The appointment for the next day was 10 a.m. So they basically ruin your clock. I drive as far down as I can, get up, get to Omaha. The load was going to Omaha. It was paying $1,300, which was a good price, and that's from for that lane. That's why I took the load. I get down to Omaha. A pallet is tipped over, or it wasn't even tipped over. It was leaning. They said I either had to restack that or had to get a lumper. So I call the broker, tell them. They tell me they'll get a lumper out there to restack it for me. I sit. This is on a Tuesday. I sit there on Tuesday for the rest of the day until they come out and tell me they're going to have to reseal it, and I'm going to have to come back. They're rejecting the load. Um, to start off, trying to get a hold of the broker, calling the broker, not answering the phone, not answering emails. I had literally, while I'm sitting there, I had somebody from Pepsi call and ask if I'm unloaded. I tell him the problem I'm having. He must have got a hold of somebody and they called me. I tell him I need a lumper. No lumper comes. Of course, on Tuesday, no lumper comes. I'm told Pepsi in Omaha is rejecting the load. So I try to call once again. I try to call the broker to talk to him. Nobody's answering the phone. Um, I email them, drive to a truck stop, um, and constantly trying to call, just ringing, nobody answering. Finally, I get an email saying it's been rescheduled for 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I email back saying there'll be a lumper there. I get a response saying yes, there will be a lumper there. Next morning I show up. Of course, they reschedule it told me to be there first thing in the morning, so I'm there at 6 a.m. Once again, no lumper here. I sit there all day once again from 6 a.m. No lumper shows up. This is So no, the first day was Wednesday. The second day was Thursday. So all day Thursday I sat there. Once again, hard to talk to the guy on the phone. He's not answering the phone. Broker's not answering the phone. Um, the load gets rejected for a second day. I call. I'm getting irritated at this point. I'm telling him, hey, I'm gonna bring this home and I'm gonna stick this load in the shed. I'm going to claim this. If you guys do not get a lumper here, if you do not take care of this, I'm being told I'll get $200 a day for layover, but $200 a day for layover is absolutely nothing. You're still wasting my entire day. Like right now, with the way rates are going, I can gross easily over $1,000 a day, and easily make $200 a day when I'm moving and working. So when you're tying up my truck at $200 a day, it's not worth my time. You're wasting my time. There's little to no point in it. So day 2 goes by, Thursday. Day Friday comes by. Same thing at the end of Thursday. Try to call, nobody answers. I'm emailed again saying rescheduled 6 a.m. There will be a lumper there. I show up at 6 a.m. again. Surprise, surprise, no lumper there. I sit there, try to get a hold, call, no lumper. I tell them, hey, this is it. This is Friday. I'm not doing this over the weekend. I'm taking this load home. I'm unloading it, and I'm done with it. You either get a lumper out here, or you're losing this load. There's no in between about this. There's nothing. I'm done. I'm not sitting on this over the weekend and then driving back up here Monday. I'm going home. I have plans this weekend. I actually had plans. The reason I took this load was I was going to go to Omaha and then come home and be done for the week. But you wasted 2 of my days. I'd rather have home time than the $200 that you're giving me. It's not worth my time to sit up in Omaha, Nebraska, and babysit a load for you guys. So Friday comes. The lumper never comes. So I'm like, the guy comes out and go, hey, we're going to have to reject this again. And I'm like, can I unload it? Can I lump it myself? And they're like, yeah, you can lump it yourself. I'll give you a door right now if you lump it yourself. So I call back and I'm like, hey, can I get approval will you pay me to lump it? Like, what will you pay to lump it? And they're like $50 a pallet. And I'm like, can I get approval that I'll pay it? I do not want to get screwed. And he's like, we're not going to screw you. We'll pay it. I go, can I get approval? And the same thing on the detention. He's telling me it's been they've approved detention and this and that. And I'm like, dude, I do not trust you guys at this point. I'm afraid you're going to screw me. There's no way. The way this is going, you're going to screw me. There's no reason for me to trust you. You've done nothing that you said you're going to do up to this point. Why would I trust you? And he goes, oh, we're not going to screw you. You'll get paid. So I just wanting to get done. I lump it myself. Actually, two pallets were leaning. They made me kind of do a second one. I had them write down on the paperwork. 2 pallets. Finally, I call to tell them it's unloaded. Of course, once again, nobody answers the phone. Email them that it's unloaded. Monday morning I get a deal like, have you been unloaded yet? So they literally don't have a clue. Nobody there knows. It's like nobody there knows what's going on. Whatever. It's literally pathetic. So now basically I have $240 for detention. And I believe they owe me for 3 days of layover for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they should owe me $100 for lumping it myself, having to lump this load myself. Okay, and I added another thing. When the guy came out to tell me that they're going to reject the load, and I asked if I can lump it myself, he was like, yeah, because we had another guy that had 2 pallets down, and he had it. Like, he called his broker, and the lumper showed up within an hour and lumped it. I like when I was told that, I, I, I was willing to fight somebody like at Pepsi. I was so mad. Another broker got somebody out there within an hour. Like that's how difficult this is for them to get somebody out. An hour, and the guy was gone. I'd been sitting there since Wednesday. No, like Pepsi telling me, oh, there'll be a lumper there. Nobody. So anyway, so Friday comes. Like I said, I want 3 days detention. They cost me 3 days. It cost me Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I believe they owe me $100 for lumping the load. So then comes call. I start calling. I called almost every single day for 2 weeks talking to them, and they would not approve it, could not approve it, and it's like it's getting to the point where I believe they're just passing it on. So until the point where I give up and they don't do anything about it. But I literally call every day for 2 days, and the broker I'm on isn't always answering the phone. Once again, not easy to get a hold of. I get another broker's number from Pepsi and talk to him, and it's like nobody will make a decision on this. They will not approve it. Finally, I get 2 days approved. He's like, we got 2 days approved, but we're not, I can't get that lumper approved because we don't have a receipt for that lumper. And I'm like, I don't have a receipt because I lumped it myself. I waited 3 freaking days for you to send a lumper out. That was the whole problem of the whole thing, that you never sent a lumper out. He was like, yeah, I know. I'll get that taken care of. He sends me over a rate con, and at this point, I'm just like, I'm done. I want to get paid for this. But I only got they only sent me a rate con for 2 days of layover, so $400 instead of the $600, and I don't get anything for lump it myself. And like, fine. I go, I guess, Pepsi, you did it. You saved yourself $200. Great job. But guess what? I'm never hauling a load again. I'm making a video. I mean, if you want to haul for Pepsi, you can. Don't watch this video and be like, well, I'm not, up to yourself. But this is a warning to anybody who hauls a load for Pepsi Logistics, through Pepsi Logistics, that if anything goes wrong, anything at all, you cannot count on the brokers to do anything. The broker you talk to has no power. They have to get permission from somebody else, and whoever they get permission from doesn't answer. They don't answer them. That was a problem. My broker myself was telling me they're fucking me over. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. This isn't my fault. The broker you talk to has no power to do anything. He can't give you the tension. He can't lay over. He can't approve. He can't do anything. I deal with C.H. Robinson, and I call them and go, hey, these people, they made me wait 5 hours. Boom, in my email I have the detention. Or after this happened, I booked a load through C.H. Robinson, and I was heading to pick it up. I get a call, and I'm told that the load's been canceled, and he sends me $150 for truck ordered, not used. $150 on the spot. I have the email, immediately have the email, and it's settled. Nothing, no 2 weeks, no. And this is, and same thing when I've dealt with Uber. I've had a couple loads. Uber or whoever scheduled the delivery scheduled it for a Saturday, and I show up to a place that's not open on Saturday. So then I have to sit there Saturday and Sunday, and Uber paid $600, or paid $300 a day. So I got paid $300 for Saturday and $300 for Sunday, and delivered it Monday. And it was a couple emails, and it was settled. No, not 100 hoops you have to go through. So this is what I'm telling you, and this is a fact. I don't, whatever. This is a fact, and this is the way Pepsi's laid out. Is the broker who brokes the load for you has no power to do anything. He can't give you detention. He He can't approve detention. He can't. And then when they email it off, and apparently nobody even answers these emails or does anything to the emails or even replies to them. This is what I was being told by the broker. So nothing will get done. If you need something like a lumper, it won't get done. Nobody will do it. Nobody there does their job. If you have to get paid for detention, nobody there does it. Nobody will approve it. And, like anything else, I'm just saying, if anything goes wrong, um, the broker will not help you out. You're on your own, basically. They don't even really answer the phone. They're hard to get to. I was so frustrated. I was trying to figure anything out. I have a good relationship with my C.H. Robinson broker, and I've seen Pepsi loads on C.H. Robinson. Like I'm sitting here stuck with the load, and I can't even, like, I'm calling and nobody's answering the phone. I have this load. I want to get it unloaded so I can go home, or I can haul another load or do something. Like, I'm stuck. Like, you have this load on you and there's nothing you can do. Like, what can you do? And like, I didn't even know, like, what can I do? Like, if I do take this load home, are they going to press charges and come after me for stealing this load? Like, so I called my C.H. Robinson deal, and I'm like, hey, I know this isn't your fault. This isn't your problem. Like, what can I do? Like, what can I legally do? Like, do you have a contact information for somebody to talk to? My guy at C.H. Robinson told me that they have a hard time when they deal with Pepsi. They do Pepsi loads. They have a hard time getting a hold of anybody. And he says it's just such a big company that stuff just gets lost, and you don't know nobody answers it. And it's just like everything's done through emails. And then you email somebody and they don't even, like, oh, they're not even working today. They didn't answer their email. And so then I said, well, what if I decide I'm done here waiting? And he told me to keep track of every single one of your emails, because if something does happen, you have to have proof. So I literally had the logs of how many times I've called. I literally had 28 emails to this broker, and I probably had more calls than that. And I literally had calls where the phone just rang. When I got at the end of that one day, when I drove back to the truck stop, the phone was ringing, but nobody was answering. And I just had it through Bluetooth, and the phone rang the entire time from when it was a 12 miles, about 12 miles kind of through town to get from where I was at to the truck stop I went to. And it just rang for 20 minutes while I drove. Nobody answered the phone. That's what I had to deal with Pepsi Logistics. And just a warning, if you have problems, your broker's not going to do anything. You could be stuck with a load on you for days. And so I do not recommend hauling anything through Pepsi Logistics. If you do, the warning that you're going to be on your own if something goes wrong, and Pepsi Logistics isn't going to help you out in a situation. That's just the way it is. I hope if you do a Pepsi load, because I've done a few Pepsi loads and they have paid good. But I think some of the reason I've noticed the Pepsi loads do pay good. I think some of the reason is they just constantly screw over the drivers, and you're getting so many drivers that I will not haul a Pepsi load. So now Pepsi has to pay more. Like the lane, that Wichita to Omaha lane paid $900, and they're paying $1,300. So right there, they're paying $400 more. And then to me, then they paid $240 because for some reason they can't get a truck loaded on an appointment in 2 hours. So then they paid me an extra $240. And then even though they screwed me out of an extra day of layover of $200 and then $100 for lumping it, $300, they still paid $400. So on top of the $1,300, they still paid $240. They still paid $640 more. So this load that should cost $900 to haul from Wichita to Omaha should cost $900 for Pepsi to haul that load. They paid me almost $2,000, and they still screwed me out of money. So basically, Pepsi's incompetence. Like every load, if you're ever in Wichita to haul a load out of Pepsi, there's trucks just lined up the street waiting. They never get the loads in on time. So every single load, they're paying attention on every single load. It's all incompetence. Like if I do not know how a multi-billion-dollar company like that can be so incompetent and do so well. Like if somebody looked at the money they're just wasting on that, it's ridiculous. It's mind-boggling. Like, hey, how about we get these loads like $240, like every single truck sitting there. If you're paying every single truck $240 because they waited 6-7 hours to get loaded, you could hire an entire crew of people at $15-20 an hour to load these trucks, and you're just wasting money, Pepsi. You're wasting money. I honestly love Pepsi. I drink Diet Pepsi all the time. Pepsi's my favorite product. But as far as dealing with them in the trucking business, they're absolutely horrible. Do not deal with them. Just a quick little plug for Mud Flap. I won't go too far in it because this has been a pretty long video. I don't know how many people are going to watch the whole thing, but Mud Flap app, check it out. Save fuel. I've been using it for about a year and a half now. I've saved almost $3,000 on it. It's simple to use. It's just an app you put on your phone. You download it, put your credit card information in it or your bank account information in it, and you pay for fuel and you get discounts all over the country. It's just like a fuel card. It's actually simpler to use than a fuel card. Easy to use. I've saved almost $3,000 on it so far, in a year and a half. If you buy a lot of fuel like I do, I'm out on the road. I drive over 100,000 miles a year. I also have a second truck. My dad hauls some grain locally. We both use Mud Flap as much as we can, saving as much money as we can, and we're almost at $3,000. It's well worth the time. Thank you for watching. I'm on the road with Big Al. We'll see you on down the road.